After exploring the rich tapestry of southern India, we set out to discover the intriguing melting pot of heritage and modernization, India's western region. From its rich cultural history to being an economic force, the significance of Paschim Bharat is well known.
Hi, I'm Amrita Panja.
And I'm Saikumar, and as promised, we are back with another season of the Bharat series.
But this time we are taking to you a different part of Bharat and bringing you stories from the ground. As our leadership team members embarked on their market visit, we thought this was a good opportunity to trail them and get a pulse from the ground.
We'll be covering different parts of Western India and going to interiors of Maharashtra.
With its strategic location, well-established industrial hubs, strong financial foundation and business-friendly environment, Western India forms one of the key economic regions in the country. Maharashtra is the largest contributor to the country's growth with a matured financial and industrial ecosystem. We started our Maharashtra journey on an auspicious note with a visit to Pandharpur, one of the most famous pilgrimage destinations not just in the state but also in India. Pandharpur is the site of the Sri Vitthal Rukmini Mandir, located on the banks of river Bhima, also known as Chandrabhaga. Scores of devotees come here every year, and the month of July sees the highest number of pilgrims visiting the temple. After completing our visit, it was time to hit the road. But before that, a quick chat with our leadership team before they set out for their business engagements for the day.
Well, this is my first time in Pandharpur and visiting the Vitthal Rukmini temple. I am so glad we could do this. Sir, this is also your first visit over here?
No, this is my second visit. I had visited a few years back with my family.
Okay.
But today is a special visit, part of Hizbullah Sun Life AMC initiative of Bharat series, along with Mahesh Patil, who belongs to Maharashtra, and
right.
also Parag Joglekar also belongs to Maharashtra. So it's a different kind of visit for me. As you rightly said, it's a spiritual place. Lord Vittal and Rukmini is widely worshipped across the world. So I was happy to be part of the trip and also had a good darshan in the morning.
Brilliant, and what a divine experience. Mahesh and Parag sir, you must have visited this place quite often. But firstly, tell me, how do you say in Marathi, I'm delighted to be here?
खूप आनंद झालाय इथे येऊन.
Yeah, that is how we feel. So tell us your
और एक बार बोलना पड़ेगा.
नाही सर, देवाच्या दर्शनाने खूप अति आनंद होतो. खूप पवित्र वाटतं या देवाच्या दर्शनाने. आणि पंढरपूर हे महाराष्ट्राचं दैवत आहे ॲक्च्युली. त्यामुळे पंढरपूरला आल्यावर नेहमी तुम्हाला चांगलं वाटतं. एकच मंदिर आहे की जिथे तुम्ही देवाला अगदी जवळून हात लावू शकता किंवा देवाचे ॲक्च्युली माथा टेकू शकता. त्यामुळे तुम्हाला त्याचे आशीर्वाद चांगले मिळतात आणि तुम्हाला एक डिवाइन एक्सपिरियन्स मिळतो पंढरपूरला. तर पंढरपूरला येणं नेहमीच चांगलं वाटतं.
Mahesh?
Yeah, so this is a place where, I mean, in Solapur, I think this is a Kuldevat also, right? Whereas Pandharpur is one holy place which is there, but there is also Turzapur, which is Shivaji Maharaj's Kuldevat, and that's incidentally our Kuldevi also. So I've been coming to this place, say, once in a year, taking Solapur as the base and then visiting Turzapur, Pandharpur, Akkalkot. So this is a area we'll see a lot of spiritual places, and I've seen the tourism increase there, right? And with the network and connectivity, I've been coming here for the last 20 years, right? Say at least once in 2 years or so. And I've seen immense development over there. It feels very peaceful, and because of the network, you can visit all these spiritual places in, say, a couple of days.
Brilliant.
So very happy to be here today with our team, with Bala sir and this Bharat series.
Right. And I'm so glad that we could have such an auspicious start to our market visit and our journey through Maharashtra. But Sir, of course, Bharat series is also about conversations on the economy and insights from domain experts like you. We are on this market visit at a time when India closed the financial year with over 8% growth. We just minded a very extensive election. Market has seen a little bit of volatility. There are also some geopolitical skirmishes which are still around. In this backdrop, what is your outlook on India?
I think as been widely believed in the country, the India growth story will go for long, and 8% growth is an outcome of what is being done to make the Indian economy grow faster. So probably as we move forward, I will even see the growth rate is becoming even faster. India is actually going up in the radar of the per capita income going up. Most of the moving parts are in place to lift the economy to the next level. So the next, say, 5-10 years.
Maharashtra is your state. So give us a background about the culture and the cuisine of the state.
So Maharashtra is generally a very simple, Maharashtrians are generally very simple people, and state itself is very content. There is a very varied diversity from like sea to actually Sahyadri. So there is a various range of geographical plateaus which are available in Maharashtra, and people are across the Maharashtra have various castes, various communities, stays in various areas of Maharashtra. It's not specifically in any areas. So the diversity across Maharashtra is very high, and it is seen in their culture as they do worship the gods or the festivals they celebrate. So there you can see that cultural celebration which is happening across Maharashtra. Cuisine obviously depends on the area which you are into. So if you are into near the sea, generally you are with rice and fish and all that stuff and coconut. Whereas once you go towards the Sahyadri, it becomes more bajri, jwari. So all those kind of cooking which happens. But overall, it's generally a very simple, very healthy cuisines which Maharashtrian generally eat. Over the year also, Maharashtra has seen a very development across Maharashtra. It used to be a very simple state. Now, with the road infrastructure which is coming, a lot of development happening across the rural India in Maharashtra. And especially, we have seen a lot of people coming back to the rural areas in this developing Bharat. So that is a change Maharashtra is witnessing during last couple of decades.
So Mahesh, what is your perspective on the economy? How does the state matter so much, and how it will evolve to take the center stage for India's growth story?
Yeah, so if you look at Maharashtra, it has been one of the more progressive states, right, from beginning. Since independence, it was the first states to actually lead in terms of industrialization over there. And there are a couple of factors, right, which benefit, right? You require, it's been Bombay is the financial capital, so there's a good access to capital over there. Again, Maharashtra is blessed with a port, coastal line, so it helps in import and export. I mean, Maharashtra has been one of the largest, in terms of the export trade, almost 20% of the country. Also skilled labor, right, education, and we have got skilled manpower. And also it requires leadership also, state leadership in the earlier periods. If you look at it, it has been very visionary in terms of getting the industries over here. So we've got a thriving auto industry over here, right, which is there, the pharmaceutical industry, besides that sugar, and services industry also, the financial, banking and financials, being the financial capital has always been there, but even services exports, right, like Pune, which has become a second largest hub after Bangalore. So I think it's a confluence, and Maharashtra has led actually, right? It's now, if you look at the GDP of Maharashtra, which is like $450 billion, it is more than probably some of our neighboring states, right? So if you look at Gujarat and Maharashtra put together, the Western Bloc, I mean, that will account for almost 22% of the India's GDP. I was seeing some data in the last 5 years. UP has taken a slightly larger share. But I think if we have stable policy and a strong leadership, I think Maharashtra can again come, because all the fundamentals, right, or the ingredients are there in place.
Right. Mahesh, I was reading about Maharashtra, and I saw that while services, takes a lion's share of the state GDP, but it is really agriculture that employs maximum number of people in the state. And we see an agriculture abundance in Maharashtra. Throw some light on what all it is known for and how it has evolved over the years.
No, I think you're true, because see, India is we talk about industrialization, but there's also a large population is there in the rural side, right, which is still dependent on agriculture, though a lot of other industries are coming in the rural side. We've seen that, right? So development is not only agri. When you talk about rural India, it's not only agriculture. There are a lot of other small-scale industries and development which is happening, but agriculture still is a large portion. And again, fortunately, in Maharashtra, while we have seen a lot of investment on the irrigation side. So while we were traveling here, coming in from Solapur to Pandharpur, we have seen that now, even before monsoons, I was seeing a lot of agriculture crops over there, right? So we have multiple crops. So I asked the question, okay, so we have got groundwater, there is a dam, there is a good irrigation system. So we are able to get now multiple crops. And while the traditional agriculture has been, say, rice and this thing, jawar, I think India has been, Maharashtra is the largest producer of jawar. And with the government's mission to really millets, right, has to be this thing. I think that can play a very, very important role over there. Obviously, we all know about the sugarcane industry, right? In Maharashtra, it's been a big success of the sugarcane cooperatives, which are then, we'll be visiting some of them in Satara. Now, in the last 5-10 years, we've seen a lot of investment into horticulture and food processing, right, as a subsequent to that. And in their effect, I mean, fruits like banana, for example, pomegranates, okay, grapes, we've seen that actually when we were traveling around. And I think that is adding to a lot of further income, right, for because these are higher yielding and higher value crops. And you can also do a much more value add in the horticulture through processing of that.
From agriculture, I'm going to move to industries. And Parag sir, the western part of the country has a very matured industrial ecosystem. Can you tell us what are some of the top sectors from this region?
So actually, Maharashtra or western part of the has been good at MIDCs. So there are a lot of MIDCs which got created over the years. So a lot of automobile industry which are supplying parts to various foreign manufacturers is one of the big industry in Maharashtra. As Mahesh mentioned, there are a lot of cooperative movement which has happened. So sugar industry has become a really big industry in Maharashtra, and especially in the western part of Maharashtra, covering a lot of this Sangli, Satara, Kolhapur, and all that those belts has seen a big growth in the sugarcane industry. Entertainment industry remains a very big industry in Maharashtra, because there are a lot of entertainment related activities which film industry keep on happening. Yes. so that is one of the leading industry which happened. And Pune is really thriving on a lot of IT work. So a lot of IT activities are happening in Pune. Most of the companies are either present in Pune and Bangalore, most of them. So both the places is becoming very big, and IT is one of the big resource of income for Maharashtrian.
I think Maharashtra is the only state, probably I would say, I'm just picking up from what Parag mentioned about MIDC. The Maharashtra Industry Development Corporation is actually set up across different parts of the Maharashtra only to encourage small-scale enterprises who could have about say 30 crores turnover, 50 crores turnover with industrial activities. They set up their units there and they operate in a separate competitive environment. I still remember in Mumbai, SEEPS is still there. This actually was created when even SEZ was not available in the country. SEZ as a theme was not even existing, and Maharashtra was so progressive then to create a SEEPS only to house all the technology companies in one place, and so that they get to choose Mumbai as a base actually for providing software services. I've seen many companies given a birth coming from SEEPS and then became a large in their own life.
Wow.
Nagpur being a logistic hub, because it's a central part of India, it is one of the really big hub which is available from in Maharashtra.
It's a mini India, right? All kind of, you have services,
like
you have industrial, you have agriculture, you got logistics. So it's a kind of a mini India in that sense, right?
You all three touched upon spiritual tourism and the impact it is created. So what do you think, where is the potential and what are the sectors which will get impacted?
I think the benefit of that, I think it actually creates an employment. It creates new business opportunities for people in that area. As I mentioned earlier, in and around places in terms of the activities picks up, the agriculture activities pick up, they all come to the place in which where they belong to, and they undertake some vendor related jobs they take, and either flower vendor or coconut vendor and so on and so forth. And so many people actually start visiting. I think one of the culture which is also changing is people want to travel. I think you all mentioned about entertainment, even spiritual visit, temple visit also is considered part of your touristic mark items. Not necessarily people only visit only those places where you go and sit outside the sea and so on and so forth. Even spiritual tourism also is becoming part of the every a citizen of the country, which essentially means more the traffic coming in. It creates the whole ecosystem to flourish.
When we were in Pandharpur, right, Bala mentioned, right? So they are making Pandharpur as a kind of a special corridor, a temple complex, right? So large investment is coming in from the center.
And my final question to you, Bala sir, which is, if we have to become a developed country and a developed economy, then all states have to contribute significantly. What are some of those factors that as a country that we must keep in mind to ensure that all states are contributing meaningfully to this collective growth as a nation?
See, of course, as a country, we have now created a competitive spirit among not just only individuals, not among the industrial groups, even at the state levels. Every state today compete. I think we are in such a situation. Every state is actually going and pitching about their states, how they should look at investment in the respective states from the FDI investment point of view. When Make in India theme is becoming, I think, larger as we see currently. And even the recent, there was a meet that happened very recently last year. I think the first time ever number of states would have put up a stall. Apparently was much higher than the number of stalls historically would have put up, which essentially means going and telling the world that I am from so-and-so state, but part of India, I am from so-and-so state, and these are my benefits of my state if you actually come to my states for setting up various business units and so on and so forth. That itself actually is the first step in the right directions. Therefore, in order to become developed nation, definitely I think each of the states competing for themselves for their share of pie and contribute to the overall GDP growth would be the way forward.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for these insights, and we will have more of these conversations during your market visit. So, we are looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.